You know, I stays on that road, baby. Hey, real quick, on my way to practice, y'all. Why are y'all upset about that pick last night by the Sixers? I'm not mad at that pick, man. You know, I see some of y'all wanted Senate Junior, Boston got him. Okay. He just another big that they'll have that can rebound a little, and you know he'll be able to shoot the ball a lot because that's what they do. But my question to y'all: would that get us over the hump? Would that help us compete versus the Knicks, versus Boston? You know, I get the rebounding thing, but again, we can get a rebounder in free agency, man. Not waste a pick. Not when you have that kid sitting here slipping down the draft board. And the only reason why he slipped, because it started getting guard heavy. Teams were just snatching guards up. Look at OKC. They moved up to get the guard. And then, you know, he fell in our lap. I mean, I'm not mad at the Sixers, man. They had to grab him. And then y'all saying small. Sixers got another small guard. Well, he plays point guard, and he's 6'4". So where that small at? Last time I checked, a 6'4" point guard is not small. I don't know what y'all talking about. Now, if you're talking about body-wise, yes. But his frame, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have a big frame. Yes, he got to get it a little bigger. But he's not little. He's not short. You know, so when y'all made that statement, that's not a accurate statement, man. He's not a small guy. So I think we needed that. I think we needed a guard, 6'4", point guard. He had 5 assists. You know he could facilitate. He could score the ball, 22 points. I love it. I love the pick. I have no issues with it. You know who I wanted? I wanted Swan. Unfortunately, I thought Chicago Bulls was going to grab a guard. And then I was thinking like maybe, you know, Swain would just fall in our lap. But he didn't. You know, they pulled the trigger early. I just didn't have him going 15. I had Swain going at least 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe in that range. Maybe. I was more or less about 19, 20, like in that range, 19, 20, 21, 22. That range right there. That was the range I had him at. I swore Chicago was going to get a guard. You know, and I just said something to somebody on Facebook. I said I would have got the guard if I was them. You know, from Alabama. If I was them, that's who I would have grabbed. Chicago, they can grab a young guard and he can cook. Sure enough, that kid slipped to us. I said, what? Oh, man. You know, so I think we're fine. One thing y'all got to remember, I understand y'all saying we needed rebounding, but don't forget, guys, we needed bench scoring. Bad. I mean, like, bad. Maxey, VJ, those guys' legs was burnt by the time we got to this Knicks series. The Knicks series is over as soon as they stepped on the court. They had elephant legs, man. It was over. It was over, man. And that was it. I mean, it was not much we could do. Those guys just didn't have the legs under them. And I don't know what you guys was expecting. They didn't have the legs under them. Here it is, they don't have the legs under them, yet we're sitting here, you know, attempting to win a series versus the Knicks, who've been rested that entire time. Like, I think some of y'all just was just being a little too much. Y'all totally forgot. We had a hell of a series versus Boston. We came back. We did a comeback. Matter of fact, don't call it a comeback. You know what I'm saying? We did that. That was historical. We pulled off, man. We made history. Y'all just totally forgot that. Oh, Embiid, oh, PG, and shut up. I mean, let these guys cook, man. These guys ain't have no legs, and we ain't have good depth behind those guys. That's not a financial thing sometimes, man. Yo, honestly, that's a GM thing. That's why Morey isn't here. He could have got some vet minimums. He could have got some buyouts. Anything to help this team. Yo, he was grabbing G League guys, man, so the G League could be taken care of. He didn't care about what was going on in the roster. I mean, it was terrible, man. Those got Terry. What are we going to do with Terry? What? We got him at the buyout, man. I mean, come on, man. That was bad, man. I just don't get it, man. It was bad. I'm sorry. Moved on. You see, they went on. They knew the mistake they made by trading McCain. They knew that was a mistake. So they fixed it. They addressed it. They went and got a guard. Y'all keep saying another small guard. He's bigger than McCain. He's a point guard. He can play some combo guard as well, too. That's how good he is. But he can facilitate, man. You know, averaging 5 assists, man. So improved this game severely. That kid is cold, man. He reminds me of Dejounte Murray, man. That's who he reminds me of. You know, that twitchy, itchy game, stop and go. He trickster with that ball, man. That thing like a yo-yo. That shit yo-yo around in his fingers, man. I love it, man. Woo. He may be more of a polished guard when it comes to facilitating and, you know, handle than what Maxey is. You know, we needed that type of guy. People that say he can't play with Maxey, that's a lie. I don't know why nobody made that up. What? He could be the point guard. Maxey plays off ball. I don't know what they're talking about, man. What a pickup. Y'all gonna see immediately. This kid has the green light straight off the bench, so he'll be able to do whatever he want to do. You know, it helps, man. But we got so many holes on the team that, you know, we're when you grab something and you fill a hole, then we're gonna complain about it because we're gonna say, hey, that hole wasn't, you know, filled. But no, the most important hole that needed to be filled in the draft at that moment was point guard. Point blank, bottom line. I like the kid Carr, the kid from Baylor. Athletic freak, can shoot the ball. I would love to have seen him with Maxey, VJ, and watched all three of them, you know, do some things, man, and have that little young crew. Only problem is, I mean, you got to really ask yourself, who would make more of an impact? You know, because we don't have a bench, and it's much harder to pay for a bench player to come in. We don't have the money for that. Now, you may can find a guy who's a 3-and-D guy, a wing, that won't cost a lot. That's more possible. That's realistic. I mean, we did it. We did it this year when we brought that the kid in. I can't think of his name right now, y'all. I'm in a rush, but when we brought him in here, man, he was what, from the Spurs, with a G League guy, and kind of a disappointment. But he came here and he shined. So I just think, man, you know, we wasn't gonna find that in free agency. That just wasn't gonna happen. I don't care what nobody says. It wasn't gonna happen. It'd be, but it would have been expensive. Center position. There were some centers available, but they didn't get drafted in the first round. Cynic, that's the only person, and he's right now he's not even a center. He's a power forward. You know, so what's the Vasley? That kid from North Carolina. somebody else was available. It was like 2 centers that was available. Listen here. I'm going to be honest with you. There was no need. They didn't even get drafted in the first round. So we would have been reaching, for them. So that told me right then and there, how much impact do you think they were going to have? If you're not drafting a Joel Embiid or Joel Embiid type in the draft, there's no need to get them. There's no need. Not when you can fill other positions. So with that draft pick last night, we filled scoring, ball handling, assists, and a bench guy. 4 boxes checked off. So I'm not mad at the pick. Like I said, I love it. He just going to get better and better. He's young. He's going to be able to. Did y'all see the conversation that he had with Maxey and VJ? I think he knew VJ. And, he was like, hey, VJ, man. He was excited. You know what I mean? And he said, man, we about to turn up. And I believe it, man. And when I look at the Knicks, when they use their guards, Knicks, Spurs use their guards. You know what I mean? They that was crucial. When they beat OKC, man, they used their guards, man. The guards. That's what beat them. Having guards come off the bench, having guard, they guarded them to death. When I look at OKC, same thing with them. They had guards. Now we have some. We got 3 guards. I like it. We'll see what we get from the veteran minimum side of things in free agency, man. But for right now, I'm excited. Sixers Nation, baby. I can't wait. And, we'll see what go on. Summer League is on the way. We're going to see what this kid looks like. Y'all going to see for sure. That kid is a stud. Any other draft, I'm going to tell you right now, if it was any other draft, this was a deep draft. Everybody keep forgetting that. This was a deep draft. If it was any other draft, I'm telling you right now, that kid, he would have went top 10. Any other draft. He's top 10 pick, man. A few of those guards. But you got to understand, man, it was deep. It's a deep draft, man. So I'm not mad at it, man. I'm happy. And we'll see, fellas. But thank y'all for tuning in while I came to practice, y'all. I'm sorry, I meant to do it earlier. Got a little busy. I had to quickly, hurry up and post something real fast for you guys. But I'll tune in tomorrow. See you guys later.